All right. Let's do it. Let's carry some randoms with Guardian. Surely this is gonna end well. It's not gonna go well, chat, just saying, but I'm gonna try my best. I mean, the thing about I don't think Guardian is a very good choice for this fight. I don't know if you can even block half of this boss's attacks. I think I tried blocking the, like, AoE thing he does, and I don't think it works. Yeah, I don't think blocking is gonna go very well here, but I'm gonna try anyways. Whatever. We're probably gonna wipe. Honestly, my best bet for beating this boss is if my teammates leave me. Oh, we got the crater. Oh wait, I think that's because I had the crater active. There's a skip straight down to the crater now, too. Damn, our team is flying. Go to the church. A and AKA. Oh, there's no chest up here. Improved guard counters. Don't mind if I do. We really should have killed some enemies here because we're still level 2. Let's go to the... I want to go to the Everjail, but I want to, like... Oh wait, let me grab a key. Well, hopefully it's not a super shitty boss. Wait, so is there a way to see what your teammates have? Oh, he's got a key. Guys. Oh, fuck me. I didn't see that. Oh, Jesus. This is why I didn't want to come over here. Well, this is why I kind of wanted to be level 3. You know what? It's fine. He's still attacking me. Help. I'm gonna be fucking level 1. Save me, A. Guys, this is bad. We just need to kill this guy. My fucking alarm on my phone is going off. No! I'm gonna crawl towards the Grace. Crawl towards it. Oh, he pulled me in. Do we try to kill this fucking thing, guys? Or do we run? Let's run. We can go down here. I don't trust my team to fight this thing. I mean, I would fight it normally, but okay, well, we have 2 stone sword keys. No. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let's go. I really want to do this Everjail, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my team to do it. Man, playing on a team. They're doing the. What in the? I don't think we're going to be able to do it, guys. This is not a team player. I'm a team player. We're not going to be able to do this Everjail. Guys, let's... I mean, I don't know. Maybe we ping here. This is cursed. Like, I can't do that Everjail on my own, is the thing. It's just too tanky. Just kind of awkward. We could probably beat this Frost camp, though. Are you fucking kidding me, game? How do you miss a target that's point blank and you miss again? And then my okay. We're not gonna have time. I just thought we would kill stuff here. Amanda 3 demo just dropped. I don't know if I care. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go, gentlemen. We don't have time for this. I'm sorry to say. Let's just go to the castle. Oh, this is so scuffed, guys. Any jelly shields? This is kind of tricky, guys. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me drop this Friar and I kind of forgot. Well, let's go to the castle, level 5. Sure. What's the worst that could happen? Surely it's not Bell-bearing Hunter, right? No, it's not. Very squishy. I can't even get the boss to fucking attack me. Hey, what relic did I put on? Yeah, I don't have the blocking guard. I'm gonna be so useless in this fight, dude. Ooh. guess I'll grab Moog's spear. Not the direction I would have went. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. I'm actually doing so little on this team. The Guardian experience. Nice. Guy knows what he's doing. You know, I tried to block that, but it didn't work. I'm just gonna follow them. Are we going up to the top? Oh, surely not. Kill the trolls. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go upgrade my shield while I'm here. Mind me with my negative fucking DPS. I want damage negation, but flask restoration is so nice too. Are we going down to help this guy? No, we're running. Oh, fire damage negation. Cool. I really do feel like I'm just... at least when I play Guardian solo, it's okay. But like, in a team, it really does kind of feel like griefing. Come on, Jelly Shield.
Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring.
Are they actually trying to finish this room? We could finish it the next day. this is kind of sus. Well, whatever. We got an extra heal. Oh, it's Freya. Our team's doing pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the head's gone. What the? Oopsies. All right, level 9. That's good. Do you want to do this Everjail, guys? Got 2 keys. They can't hear me, but I'm going to just act like they can. I wonder if you could see... Can you see people's relics? Doing 100 damage with this fucking purple weapon, dude. Pressing. Alright. I don't even know where we go. He marked the tree? What about this church? I mean, I guess we can get this church. I don't know. I'll follow the team, I guess. This is not what I would do, but we can go down. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the circle ends on the volcano, so there's no reason to go here at the start of day 1. It's just because it's always going to end. It's always going to end here anyways, so it's kind of pointless. Let's go down.
Welcome home, Ashen One.
But you can kill everything in the volcano without, like, you don't need that much time. Like, we definitely should have prioritized the churches over there. Because now we're gonna finish the volcano and we're gonna be like trapped in a circle with a bunch of stuff that we've already killed. Oh, I don't know. I guess there's a good amount of bosses in the crater still. I know it's a legendary, but I mean, I'm gonna get a guaranteed legendary. I don't really feel like that's needed. Man. Yeah, I really should have had, I should have directed the team here, dude. Because we easily could have gotten 2 flasks. We could have gotten 2 flasks. Like, no problem. We could have gone here, done the Everjail, got this, and then ran up and done castle plus volcano. Oh well. Oh well. Whatever. These fucking... There we go. Die. You bitch. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up dying because we like run out of flasks. Nice job, guys. There's a scarab over here on the left. You know, sometimes there's like big hands here. Game? Just wanted to buff. Well, I still got that block off. That's crazy. Dude, I hate when you let go of block, it like drops your inputs. It's actually really obnoxious. Oh, the mark fucking interrupted the riposte. Legendary Commander Standard. Yeah, we absolutely should have went down south, man. It's okay, though. Okay. Still can. Bitch. Come on, bud. You just like can't hit me. You gonna jump up? No? He should stagger. No? I mean, yeah, I don't need any of this. Honestly, we might want to go to this church after we kill this falling star beast. Actually, guard kind of not. Can we get back up here? Is it even possible? I don't know. Oh, it's not. I don't know, man. I guess we just go over here, maybe. Kind of like trapped. I guess over there you can jump up. Yeah, we do have a lot of health. I mean, we're gonna have 6 heals. It's not bad. Fucking attack me! Stupid Maggie. Ooh! Guard counter shield. A lot of wolves here. Oh, there's a bunch up here too. Toilet bitch. Why does this Grace always like bugs out? It's so weird. Alright, honestly, not a bad build we got going here. The only thing that I would prefer to also have is, I guess, damage negation at full HP would be nice. No jelly shield, I know. How will I guard counter Adel? I don't know. Probably won't be able to. Doesn't mean I can't. I'm not gonna try though. Is that fucking ancient dragon again, dude? God, this fight is fucking dog shit. Woohoo, ancient dragon. I swear this boss is like bugged or something. Like every single person I've seen do this fight has gotten ancient dragon. Is it even possible to get anything else? Can I block the fire? I guess not. Elo's getting other shit? Okay. Oh my god, the blocking him is miserable. Oh, you see that headshot?
That was fucking sick.
Oh, that almost got him. Oh, right in the head. I'm keeping him busy. Beat his ass, chat. Oh, it's not chat. Beat his ass, randoms. Oh, physical damage negation. Yes, please. Are we getting double bossed? I think we are.
I'm fucking tanking.
Come at me, hippo. Woo! Look at that fucking damage. How did I not block that? What? Woo! Max HP. Don't mind if I do. All right. That's the second time I've seen the double boss spawn. Okay. We only have 6 heals, which is the only slightly concerning thing. Alright, let's go. Wait, that guy's got a fuck... Well, whatever. My shield's good anyways, because it has guard counter, but... One of our teammates has, like, the fucking... Got that shield. I mean, honestly, I think I'd rather have my shield, because it has guard counters, but still. Oh, well. I think I have my bubble. You're gonna jump? Gonna jump. Holy lag spike. We're gonna have to block that quite a few times. Oh shit, I wasn't far enough away. Oops. Daisy. Coming in.
Coming in hot.
Oh. I shouldn't have wasted a heal there. It's annoying that he has like a hitbox on his like butt. know I don't want to ult until it gets to 3 bars. Oh, he got grabbed. He's gonna go down. Oh, that's a all right, big DPS guys, hit him. Fucking hit him. I'm tanking. I'm tanking. Honestly, tanking the grab is like genuinely probably the best way to deal damage to this guy, and I'm not even kidding. Okay, I'll be back. Don't worry. The awkward thing is he's out of the circle. I want to ult him, but I don't want to... Oh, shit. That's not good. This isn't going to kill me, I don't think. Oh, maybe it will, actually. Oh. Oh, that heal with the AoE, that's really nice. Oh shit, We got this, guys. Oh, no way. No way I missed that. Whatever, it's fine. No way I missed that. Gotta run. off. I fucking, no way, dude. I'm so bad, Chad. I'm so bad. I'm not greeting this. I'm not griefing. I'm doing fucking negative DPS, man. I can't really res them. I can't. Dude, it's so. Oh my god, bro. I can't fucking do anything. Just kill him, bro. Kill him. I literally missed like 90% of my attacks, man. I think I should have just done jump attacks. Harried by AKA. Get him, bud. Oh my god, this is greedy. Woo. Every single one of my attacks missed, man. It's so bad. I'm never playing Guardian again in a team, dude. That was miserable. Like, you just can't. You just can't hit him, man. You just can't fucking hit him. I think that guy had a Wending Grace, thankfully. Dude, I can't believe my ult missed. I can't believe my ult missed the Ranger too. He was like right in front of me, and somehow I missed. Oh my god. Well, I don't know. I think you need to like lock on to whoever you're trying to res with the ult. Because I was looking directly at him. I was looking directly at the Ranger. I was holding forward on my stick. And it just felt like I like barely even moved. That was so bad, man. I'm glad our teammate had a Grace and clutched that, but I'm honestly embarrassed that I died like that. Dude, I think the panic just got to me. Yeah, it's definitely better to jump the ground explosions. For sure. I mean, you can guard counter him, but it's definitely not great. Oh hey, Oren, thank you for the raid. Yeah, the new boss is cool. You don't really get that many punish windows on him, but we didn't get a single stagger that entire fight. The block reflect damage is enough to kill it. The problem is it's so hard to like actually guard. I don't know. It's so awkward to guard counter him there. It does work though. Honestly, I should have just tried to guard counter at the end. It felt like 80% of my attacks were just missing though. Like I would guard counter him and then my character would like do this weird, I don't know, dude. Just the lock on in this game is just so fucking bad. Like maybe it's probably better. It's probably better to guard counter. You know what? I'm gonna do the fight solo. I want to do the fight solo as Guardian, as like a redemption. After that last run. I want to, I think you can guard counter him, but I was kind of panicking in that last run. Why is the fight so much easier solo? Well, I guarantee it could be easy in a team as well if you have like a good team comp and you're like try-harding. That was a fun last attempt though. I do want to I want to do more with randoms. I need redemption after that last one. That's all. My team did good though. Shifting Earth, that's the best value. Probably the crater, honestly. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's fair. The Rotting Woods is really good. You're not wrong. I think the worst Shifting Earth is the mountaintop. Ooh, Golden Vow. Yes, please. We have 3 stone sword keys. We should probably drop the lightning charm, because I don't really need that. Yo, Yanash, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Is this guy, is it going to be Crystallians again? Or, oh no, it's these guys again. Come on, buddy. Already? Dude, is this the exact same seed as last run? Can you fucking stop? Yeah, this is, dude, this is the exact same seed as last run. This is the only crater seed for this boss. 5 out of 5 runs, I got this. Maybe they like maybe they somehow like bugged the enhanced boss release, like, or maybe the enhanced bosses just aren't random. You asked for redemption? Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Wish I could two-shot these guys. What's up, Ain? Did I beat it? Yeah, we beat it. We beat it last night as well. I did like one run as Raider. It was actually disgusting, the run I did as Raider. I killed it like so fast, it felt kind of... It felt kind of wrong with how fast I ended up killing it. I don't know if this is what I should have been doing. Insane how tanky he is, yeah. Well, and like, power stance weapons are just so OP in my opinion. It's just like dumb how strong it is. Come on, Jelly Shield. Please. I always try for the gel. Oh, I should have used my silver foul foot. Are you fucking We have Royal Revenant. This will just ult. This is not going very quickly. My damage is shit. I should have used Golden Vow. What do you expect from the bird? Damage? Yeah. Dude, my fucking attacks keep... Stop fucking poisoning! Oh my fucking god, dude. This is obnoxious. Did I see Ella's pinned message today? No? What is this pinned message? Fuck, another one of... Are you serious, man? You calling out his gimmick talk? I see. I like how they're both throwing at me. Great. Just great.
Woo! Whirlwind! Let's go! It's so good.
It's the duration relic to be good. I don't know. Even with the duration relic, I don't feel like it's that good, personally. Come on, Jelly Shield. Come on, I popped the foot. Give me the fucking shield. What is the drop chance of this thing, you think? Whatever it is, it's freaking miserable. It's horrible. I can't believe this is the exact same like everything that we got last run. That's so weird. Haha. And Freya really has like no health. You know, I wonder if my ult can hit both heads at the same time. I can hit nothing, I guess. That's nice. But
I'm having so much fun.
oh, great. I didn't want to riposte him anyways. Alright, it's fine. All is well, chat. All is well. Okay, we're gonna do what I wanted to do the last run. We're gonna go straight to this Everjail, do this one, go to this church, grab it, do this Everjail, grab the other church, and then we do castle and then volcano. 20% counter damage. Yeah, but counter damage is only counter damage like barely ever happens in this game. And the shield. Oh, will this proc like it's insane how fast that is compared to like Raiders bullshit. Yeah, you can guard counter with the two-handed shield. It just doesn't have much range. It's kind of the issue. Am I gonna play RE4 randomizer? Possibly. Yeah, I'm not sure if poison does much to the boss. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Well, we can... dang it. I shouldn't have leveled up there, because I want to go to this church, the merchant town. We kill this night cavalry, I guess. And die? Yeah, that's true. But we could also just kill this guy. Do I have time for this? I don't know. Have enough money, man. Do it. I never use ults because it's like negative DPS. Like it's. Okay. I don't really want to tank the swarm for so long, but I think this was worth it. Okay, we're gonna get this, these, this. Oh, I didn't buy the res. Oh. This is not efficient. I want that res, but oh god, what am I doing? This is actually really bad. Yeah, apparently Dragon Wound Grease does work on him. Oh, fuck, I've been in the swarm for too long. Ruh-roh. Do I have time for Volcano? No, I don't have time for fucking shit. Because everything takes just longer. That's this class. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. This run is cooked. I'm cooked. 12 is soft caps. Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, dude, at this rate, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to kill the castle boss. Like, we are so far behind. Oh, this is so bad. Skip the crater to the end. I don't even think I have enough time for that either, dude. We don't need talismans. Why didn't I take the other spirit spring? We've just been, dude, we, oh. There's no way we kill the magma worm in time, chat. Like, we should have just done the castle boss. Even if we hit the skip. There's no way we have enough time. Ugh. Guess we'll try it. Did it just say night? Yeah, it's already closing. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucked. Even if I hit the skip, we're not. It doesn't matter. We weren't gonna kill it. Not even fucking, like, literally not even close. I don't know. I guess going to the south of the map was actually just not a good idea. My day 2 is quite ambitious. Yeah. The funny thing is, I feel like some classes could accomplish what I wanted to do. But honestly, I think my big mistake was doing the Everjail next to the merchant. I don't know, that Everjail ended up taking me a long time. What are these dropped inputs, man? You needed the cash? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we're still gonna hit level 12, but our fucking gear is like shit, and I don't know. I don't know, man. Who needs shield? I mean, the only way to actually make the Guardian do damage is to use guard counters, though. Well, I mean, I guess you could probably do power stance attacks, too. I wish that Guardian had improved guard counters on all the different weapon types and not just halberds. Because it feels like if you want a guard counter with Guardian, you need to use halberds. See, and like, look at that fucking lock-on, man. The lock-on in this game is just complete and utter fucking ass. Like, why are... That time it actually worked. I want to try to get better at guard countering his face. Oh, this should work. Nice. Maybe I can guard counter him after this. I just want to guard counter his face. That's so much to ask. Just die, man. That was too slow. Oh my god, we got a double again too. That's so weird. Oh. get Estus refilled? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had only seen this one time ever prior to today. I should have popped my foul foot again. Whatever. All right. Well, you know what? All things considered, it could be worse. So we're gonna get level 13. I probably should have tried to get a third res, but whatever. All right. Get a Wending Grace, get this, and... Honestly, I kind of want to get a Starlight Shard so I can Golden Vow. Golden Vow buff is so good. Actually. Well, unless it was like nerfed in this game, but I assume it's the same. Alright, here we go. Huge guard counters. God, the lock-on is so fucking shit, dude. Like, look at this shit. It's just, you just miss. You just fucking miss over and over again. It's because the lock-on is like his face. I wonder if I could ult him out of this. I think jumping R2s are the best here. Like when you jumping R2, you're most likely to did a lot of damage. Wait, he can still... What do you mean? He can grab me out of my ult? Can I block this? I mean, kind of. Wait, how do I keep getting my mana back? Like, look at that guard counter, just completely miss. It's so hard to hit the boss as Guardian, dude. We'll kill him with our reflect. Yeah, we did have taking damage restores FP. I guess that's why. Yeah, that fight is not very fun on Guardian, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we still made it work. Our damage was okay, we didn't use any reses, but... Yeah, that, kinda awkward. Time for peak. If they want to play, I'm definitely down. Also, Yanaj, thank you so much for the... Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, man. Thank you, dude. Wraith Calling Bell, attack power on Grease. It's okay, but... Yeah. Yeah, the FP in mine one is alright. I don't really feel like you need mana very much, though. It is really nice that you can buy the dark... Like, this is definitely the most efficient way to get skins. Because essentially each run you're getting, what, like 8,000 Merc equivalent in sigils, plus... Yeah, but I mean, it's still five. It's still 5. It's 5 sigils, but like you're getting that in addition to Merc and relics. Like you're basically just getting a free 8,000 Merc every run. If you're doing this one. I'm gonna go use the restroom, chat, and then yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll do one more. I don't know. Is Ella still... Lepa said he was down to play Peak. I don't know if Ella is still... I don't know if Ella's still playing Nightreign or whatever. Ella hasn't beaten the boss? Oh, okay. Well, we could play more. That's fine. I'm gonna go use the restroom, though. I'll be right back. All right. So should we play with randoms again, chat? Should we do solo? What do you think? What do you guys prefer watching? No more Guardian, please. No, I'm gonna switch off Guardian. I do like Guardian, but we've done enough Guardian for today. I don't know, we could do Revenant. I don't want to play the little girl. What, chat? Don't be fucking weird. Don't look at me like that. Oh yeah, what is the one that I think the Revenant one here is good actually, right? The Starlight Shards and strengthens family. Yeah, we can buy that one. There's also the triple Starlight Shard, but I feel like that one's kind of a meme. Like you don't need that many. No, I didn't finish the RE4 run yet. Wait, where's the one I just bought? Oh, there we go. I mean, this seems good. Power up, strengthens family and allies when ult is activated, trigger ghost flame explosion. Maybe I have a better one of these though. I mean, I guess. Not like we melee very much though, yeah. Let's see, is there... Well, this is a double blue and a yellow. I mean, we could do this. This is 2 faith at least. Better than 3 endurance, I think. Do we have any good reds? No. I think this one is good. I mean, it's all of our effects. We got +4 faith, starlight shards, item share. All right, guys, let's do some Revenant action multiplayer. Domo messaged me on Discord asking to play as well. Is he already streaming? Oh, he is. Is he playing with people though? Playing with Dr. Doot. How are we not finding anyone? Is everyone already done? Oh, there we go. Oh, dear Lord. Revenant, Recluse, and Duchess. This is going to be... I mean, it's a high DPS team, I guess, but... Dude, I swear to God, if it's the same exact spawn and fucking... If it's the same again, I'm gonna freak out. I'm clearing this first camp, man. You know, I was saying before, or I've said before, imagine if they made it so Revenant could, when you kill an enemy, you could store them as like a summon. Think about how fucking cool that would be, man. That'd be OP. Yeah, but some of the other classes are already so OP as it is. Like, who cares? Where are we going? I really need spells, man. Shit. We need to go to this. I guess I'll take the HP. I feel like 10,000 runes is just such a little amount. I need a spell, so I'm going up here. I don't care. Is there no sea? Oh, I guess it's only down below. I mean, it's fine if they don't want to come with me. I don't really care, but I mean, I need magic. Like I can't just skip these camps. I mean, Bestial Sling is pretty good too.
Go forth, touch the demon inside me.
Black Flame and Bestial Sling are both good. Hey, where the hell are they? Oh, they're all the way. Kobe. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Why did those guys pop in like that? We're going to the... I don't know, man. I'm just gonna go to the castle, I guess. Dude, I really should start with the Wraith Calling Bell. It's just too good on her. Honestly. It's just like too good not to start with. Oh, dear God. This is slightly concerning. I'm instantly dead. Nice. That's good. Alright, it's fine. He's got me. I'm gonna ult. Just fucking burst this bitch down. I should probably use my spells, chat. It's been a while since I played Revenant. I'll be honest, I'm not really doing... Ooh, fire attack power, that's good. Playing with other people is just, it fucking messes me up, man. At least, like, with randoms. I guess I'll take the turtle talisman. I mean, where do we even go now, dude? Oh, actually, let's wait here. Let's go around. Oh no. This guy's here. We're a little split up now. Alright, I'm coming to help. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We're like so split up. I don't know what we're doing. Alright, Roy, how's it going over there, bud? Do I want Bestial Sling? I don't know. Isn't Cypher Pot a grade? Not really, no. It's good if you want to miss all of your attacks and rage. It's really good at accomplishing that, in my experience. Isn't there supposed to be a grace here, dude? Oh, fuck. Wait, I actually need to level up. Oh, and it's below? Right. God. Oh, why do you take more? Why is the circle not percentage based, man? FromSoft. What the fuck? Seriously. Why do I die in 2 seconds as Revenant? It's fucking bullshit, man. Flowers. You know, the funny thing is, if I wouldn't rage about these things on Revenant if it wasn't just so much easier for other classes. Like, playing Revenant in this game really does feel like playing hard mode at times. Like, if all the other classes were like this, then it wouldn't really be a big deal. Nice lock-on system. 10 out of 10. I don't know. Duchess has a really good dodge, at least. And she does have more max health in general. I'm just gonna go in an ult. Fuck it. Come on, hit him with the spin to win, Frederick. Wow. Bunch of shit. But let's do the boss at the top here, at least, first. We should go around the side here. What the hell are they fighting? Are they fighting the trolls? Damn. Oh, I'm glad he didn't one-shot me at least. Roy, I need you. I need your ult. Yes, Roy. Duchess! The fuck are you doing, Duchess? I used all my mana. It's fucking ult. I don't even care, man. Just die. Oh, and my summon died as I ulted. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, we got a lot of juice. Yeah, apparently there's a location, chat, in the... I heard there's a location somewhere where you, in the castle with there's like 3 big chests on top of each other. Apparently there is. I don't know where. Oh yeah. Get the bestial sling one up, I guess. Not sure resistances really do anything, but whatever. How's pest threads on this guy? Seems really bad. What about Garank's Beast Claw? I mean, is anyone even gonna want this fucking thing? Not really. What do you mean take the axe? I mean, I guess I can take it as a melee weapon. Revenant is terrible with melee weapons. God, look at that, 200 damage with a fucking legendary. Bro, what do I have, like 10 strength right now? It's the point. What, the point of griefing your teammates?
Haha, funny meme. Funny meme.
It is good for rezzing at least. There you go, Roy. Oh, it's okay. It's too late. That's nice. Whatever, man. I'm just running. Well, pest threads might be good on him, at least. Oh, that hit me. Okay, I'll reset the frostbite. I can get him, Sebastian. Oh. Flame of Frenzy. Oh, that could be good. I think I'm gonna upgrade the Black Flame. I think the Black Flame is gonna be the best, but I don't know. The Frenzied Flame could be good too. Alright. Can you even Frenzy proc on this guy, though? Should we do this one? Should we do the Gargoyle? Could do the Gargoyle. Let's do it, guys. Actually, that's a bad idea. Never mind. Never mind. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I'm going with Roy. I think we'd have to. I don't know. With a coordinated team, there would be time, but I don't want to grief. Oh man, that's doing a lot of damage. Team! Team! I'm fucking dead! Help! I'm only gonna have 6 heals. That's kind of. I think we're gonna fucking die here, guys. To be honest, I'm not feeling too confident about this. I'm gonna get one shot. I don't have any damage negation at all. Also, I wonder, like, charge attacks? Yeah, that's only for melee, I'm pretty sure. Wonder if we're gonna get a double boss. Don't get hit. True. My black flame does do a lot of damage. Yeah, I know it says charge spells. Oh, come on. Look at me, I'm doing it, guys. A lag spike, sheesh. Noodling. I'm gonna get some HP. Well, we'll have four starlight shards. How much is this gonna cost? 68,000. I don't know if I want the level up. I think I would rather spend it on items, honestly. We can get 2 crab as well. Alright, let's do it. I mean, we do have good damage. It's just we're really squishy. Guys? Unless somebody... Did somebody drop starlights for me? I don't think so. Maybe they did, though. Holy fucking lag, dude. Is this guy... I don't know what this guy's resistance to fire is. This guy's bubbles are doing big fucking damage. I'm gonna get hit by that. Oh, really? Never mind. 20%. Lightning is 50. Wait, so what is he weakest to? I mean, like, I know he's weak to poison, but poison isn't like a damage type. Holy and magic? Okay. Get him, Sebastian. Fuck him up, champ. Honestly, Roy is doing... Roy is doing such good damage. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. That's great. Thanks, gentlemen. I don't know if I should ult. I kind of want to save it, but honestly, I should have just let him grab me. That would have been the strats. Nice. Woohoo! Yeah, Roy was definitely doing the most damage. I don't know. I need to remember. I need to like learn the boss resistances more because, well, to be fair, there isn't really. I guess Revenant is just kind of bad against that guy because he has high fire and lightning resist. So many relics. Our starting weapon is magic. Yeah, but Revenant does not do good melee DPS. And if you think she does, you're fucking coping. Like, the claws aren't... I'm not saying they're terrible, but compared to, you know, fucking Raider or, like, the other classes, no. Just no. Yo, what's up, Salad? I need to give her a gun. We got 30 sigils. Equip the bell. Yeah, starting with the bell on Revenant is actually just so worth it. Honestly, it's probably still best just to use this yellow. Like, because you're going to be getting, you're basically getting like 15% damage and a stone sword key start. It's just so good. I also have this one though. Isn't there like is there a Wraith Calling Bell one in the new shop? Can't remember. No. Okay. could have sworn I had like a decent Wraith Calling Bell one. Maybe not though. I mean, improved initial standard attack is okay. Yeah, it's alright.
Fuck off! Fucking hell! Fuck!
The Ghost Flame Explosion... The Ghost Flame Explosion is okay. I don't really feel like it does that much damage, though. I guess I could just do this one as well. The Starlight Shards start. Or maybe just the triple Starlight Shard, honestly. Gives max HP with 3 shields. Yeah, I know it gives a lot of health, but how are you actually going to get 3 shields, like, consistently? You know what I mean? You aren't. The Wraith Calling Bell just makes the early game on Revenant so much easier. I feel like it's more necessary for solo, though. Like in a group, it's not as important having the Calling Bell. It's still good, though. Well, we could do a run with a different class. You know, we haven't played Executor in a long time. Could play him. We've got the Poison, Frost, Bleed, and Everjail bonus. Honestly, our relics on Executor like are so good. Just this double combo is so strong, actually. Lepa says he's good to go whenever. We're just waiting on Ella. Is Ella still doing... Is he still fighting the boss, or what's he up to? Oh, did one of his teammates leave? Executor's boring because the cursed sword is bad. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, kinda. All right, well, you know what? Let's do some cheating in the meantime. I'm gonna make a save file, and we'll do some gamba, while we wait to see if. I mean, I don't know if Ella is gonna play peak like if he finishes his run or whatever. But we'll. I don't want to start another one if we're gonna play. What is Peak? It's like a co-op climbing game. I don't know. I've heard good things about it. Apparently it's pretty fun, so. Alright, come on. Give me something good. Oh, wow. That's... That's not bad. I mean, it's not... That's like... Yeah, that's... If it was damage instead of stance breaking, I would be more...
Awesome choice, stranger.
Like, that is not bad at all. But at the same time, like, art gauge... Charge from successful guarding is more of a thing for... It's more of a thing if you're playing in, like, a group, in my opinion. Because in a group, you know, you can actually charge your ults. Like, it charges it a lot when you block with this thing on. Yeah, it's definitely not bad. They need to add an upgrade option of the relics. I do wish that you could just craft... Like, you could craft a really good relic. Like, maybe you know, make it really hard to do, but give players the option to be able to build, like, some insane relics. And not just have it be completely RNG, you know what I mean? Reroll one perk. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I mean, right? Because if you could reroll one specific perk, then you could basically just... You could eventually get what you need. It would very quickly be optimized, and then you'd lose all the replay incentive. Yeah, but what is the current replay incentive? Grind forever until you eventually hit a 1 in 10 million chance to get a good relic? Like, even if they gave you the option to reroll relics, if they made it difficult, it could still take like hundreds of hours to get the build that you want. It's just, you know that you would, if they made it so you could reroll relics, you would know at the end of the road that you're going to still be getting a good relic. Currently, it's completely RNG. I spent 2 hours yesterday, I spent like 2 hours, was it yesterday, 2 days ago, farming relics on Guardian. I was just loading my save file over and over again. I think I spent 5 million merc. And I didn't get a single good relic for Guardian in 5 million merc. You don't need the perfect relics? Yeah, but that's... It would give you much more incentive to grind if you knew at the end of your grind you're gonna have some really crazy build. But instead it's like you're just grinding endlessly for nothing. For the chance at a relic. Yeah, but Monster Hunter is not the same. Monster Hunter is a percentage chance. Like, okay, you want to make some really good item. Yeah, you need to get a plate, or you need to get a gem. But those are still, you know, a few percent chance. Getting an actual good relic roll in this game is like 1 in fucking like a million. I'm not even kidding. It's it's like literally winning the lottery in this game. Why not use cheat engine to force the relic you want? Because that's, I mean, that's not really like that. You know, that actually takes the fun out of the game, in my opinion. Because then you just instantly have everything you want. And then there is nothing to go for at that point. And you could argue that what I'm doing right now is the same as cheating the relics and changing them specifically, but I don't really consider it to be the same. Because at the end of the day, we're still interacting with the game mechanic here, and we're just using a save file, which is something that people have done in Souls games so much. It's like, oh, I'm doing an all achievements run. Dist, are you gonna make a save file so you can cheese all the achievements for the endings? It's like, it is very common for people to use save files in these games. Whether you agree with it or not, that's up to you, but... it's not bad. I think it would be nice if you knew that you are guaranteed to get the relic you want after a, you know, however many hours, that would just be really nice. Yeah, we beat the enhanced boss like 3 times. Which type of relic am I looking for? I'm looking for guard counter relics, which basically don't exist. 3 dex, 2 lightning attack. I mean, like, this isn't bad for Duchess. I want one for Guardian, dude. But there's like 2 guard counter effects in the game. Which is barely anything. You quit out, you get all your merc back that you just spent. No, I'm loading a save file. I mean, I don't even have my file on read only. I just reload the save, but you could do that too, I guess. Yeah, the chance of getting a double guard counter relic is like... It's probably... This isn't bad. Blood loss, fire, vigor. It'd be better to roll the better stones, reloading the save. You would need a lot for that to be... Like, if you had enough of the new currency, then yeah, that would be good, I reckon. Option that guarantees one effect and only RNG the other 2 would be cool. Yeah, but that's still not... I don't know. That still doesn't really... I feel like just the option to re-roll a specific... The option to re-roll a specific effect on an item, just like one. Like, let's say you have a relic, right, that has 3 effects on it. Give us the ability to reroll one of the effects, whichever one we want, and, you know, make it expensive or whatever. But then eventually you could make the god relic. You might have to re-roll it 200 times to get what you want, but at least you'd eventually get what you want. You know what I mean? Spend a few hours and over 700 mil to see if you can get a relic with 2 guard counter effects. HP plus improved, didn't have a single one. Yeah, I mean, it might not be possible. $700 mil though, that's a lot. I know for a fact you can get 3 attack up effects on one relic. Like, see how this one guard counter is given a boost based on current HP? See how it's got the sword symbol? You can get 3 attack up effects on one relic, but I think I've only seen it one time ever. Well, actually, I've probably seen it more than that, but that's the only one. When I was doing it the other day, I only saw it one time. Definitely not just the symbol. Yeah, you're probably right. Is Ella done now? He died? Wait, so he still hasn't beaten the boss? Oh, Ella. Oh, buddy. Okay, I'll hop on in a second. I'm doing one more set of gambas. This I'm feeling good about this one. We're definitely getting the god relic. Ah, man, this one's almost good. It's almost good, man. Reflect and draw enemy attention while guarding. But again, that's like draw enemy attention while guarding is good in a team, but in group, it's useless. Or, sorry, in solo, it's useless. How am I getting money back when I quit out? Miyazaki's hooking it up. He gives me my merc back. Had like 1,000+ relics and you're not happy with your builds. Honestly, I think if you want to do really good damage, the 2 best things that you can get is just get the Everjail damage buff and then get the Night Invader one. But the thing about the Night Invader is it's more RNG. But if you had like 2 Night Invasion camps on the map, and then you did all the Everjails, you'd be at like 60% damage bonus. Just from your relics alone. Which that's fucking crazy. It's even more than that too, because it's multiplicative, but close to that amount. Alright, so yeah, we are going to peak it up with the boys.